It's been a while since we've been in here. Hello. Just dropped in the studio. We thought we'd fire things up, make sure everything works. We've been on our winter vacation. Well, it's winter for us. It'll be summer for you guys. But anyway, we're going to be back with a vengeance in 2 weeks. And I dropped in here to see if Brad or Speed were hanging around. I've had a look under the desk, and no, they're not hiding down there. They're not in the videotape editing room, and I had a look in the OB van, and they're not there either. Is Brad or Speed around here anywhere? Or I believe they could be. No.
Who's calling?
Well, hang on. I hear that accent coming from somewhere.
What? Who had me locked in the closet for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, well, Speed thought it was a stairwell that went to somewhere, and he locked himself in the closet. And no one's been here for the last 2 weeks, so we've just let him back out, and he's back in his natural habitat again in the bottom of the helix. So,
You mentioned winter. It's damn hot here.
well, no, it's been cold. I tell you what, it's been freezing here. We've had weather warnings for severe cold weather because it got down to, well, I think it was below 55 degrees Fahrenheit. And so that gave us a severe anyway. So, no, we've had our winter holidays. Speed's had his summer holidays. And I believe we're back in a couple of weeks with a new round of clinics and bits and pieces. So, Speed, why don't you tell us what's coming up in the next episode?
So next one up, we have Dave Ackman with 2.5D CAD using just PowerPoint. We have a young star Drew Warrington with a live look at the Paragon 4, which I had to look up because I'm not very tech savvy myself, but that seems to be an interesting one that we're going to play. Jeff Reichel with modules, tunnels, and culverts. If you have seen him build some modules in his garage with all the equipment, and that will be an exciting one as well. And then right after that, we have one of the most beautiful layouts on the planet by Mr. Ken Ehlers in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with the Pandora and San Miguel layout, a tour of his Rio Grande Southern in SN3 scale.
Cool.
So, Martin, that sounds exciting. Seems like Speed's been busy for the last month or two ranging those clinics.
Oh, he has, hasn't he?
I reckon you've probably been a little bit busy now that you've been locked in the studio for 2 months. What have you got up your sleeve for the next show?
Well, we did a bit of a trial back when the Aussies had their convention a couple of months back now, and we got some breakout rooms happening. So a new thing we're going to be running on NMRAx is our new breakout room. So let me see if I can flick the screen here due to the magic of technology and go over to the breakout rooms. And this is what they're going to look like. So you can see them up there on the screen. Basically, if you go to mrl.aussie, so we'll put a link up beforehand for the breakout rooms, but you can have the breakout room and the live stream running at the same time. So what we found in the Australian convention was a lot of guys were going in here as a group and then watching the live stream together as if they were actually all sitting in the same room. So we've got that happening this weekend, this next NMRAx that's coming up. As you can see, we've just made a couple of rooms up at the moment, but we can have up to 10 rooms in this setup, and we can have up to 100 people in here. So I'll be manning the breakout rooms during the next NMRA event, and what we're going to have is one for each of the clinicians. So as they finish their clinics, they can then go into one of the breakout rooms, and you guys can come over here, still keep the live stream going, and ask them questions and talk to the actual clinicians in the room face to face. So that's something new and exciting that we haven't done before in the past. So what do you reckon, Brad? Do you reckon it'll work?
As with anything that we do, we'll test it again the night before and we'll make sure it works. But we'll just wing it. We do what we do best when we wing it.
That's right. I mean, it's no planning. We just give it a go. But we did run this during the Australian Region Convention, and I think we've got a bunch of Aussies. They'll probably jump in the chat down below and leave some comments about their experiences in the Australian convention in the breakout rooms. But yeah, we had a few in there, and they were doing something that we didn't think about. They were actually sitting there watching the stream live. So it was like they were actually sitting in the clinic room themselves. Oh, looks like a train's come through on the TV as we're watching. So yeah, they were watching the clinic going live and then talking to each other about the clinician at that particular time. So I think it will be a hit. We'll see how it goes, but I think it will be a hit.
Cool. And I also hear a few rumours that we might have some guest appearances throughout the ad breaks. So a bit of inside knowledge maybe.
Oh yeah. I heard something was happening on that front. So yeah, people need to watch the little breaks between when we get the clinicians set up, which is usually on the hour, and there might be a couple of nuggets that come out of that one.
So
Cool.
yeah, and I guess the only other thing I want to add to it, if anyone sees this and they feel like doing a clinic for NMRAx, our good mate here in the Helix is the guy to get in touch with, and he'll line you up for a time slot.
Yes, please.
So I don't know if anyone else has got anything to add. Otherwise, I'll put the schedule up for everyone to see what's coming up on the 28th of August at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Cool. I reckon we could run the schedule. I've got nothing else to add. I've dusted down the desk here. I've recharged the laptop, so we're all ready to go in Studio One. We've got a bit of a problem with that old OB van that Gordy bought us, though. It's got a couple of mechanical issues, so it might not be running next convention, but we're ready to go.
Cool. We'll catch us in 2 weeks' time.
14 days.
See you there.